What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is War Commander Unshackled, and holy shit, I almost forgot there was a show tonight. So, allow me to introduce the panel for this evening. For tonight's shit show, we have Double Phoenix. Oh, fuck, I forgot to fucking mute my fucking YouTube again every goddamn time. My bad. Shut up, Double. On to the left, Double Phoenix. We have Godscope, we have Red Steel. We have Suzanne. Sorry, I don't know your in-game name. That's my bad.
That's it. Suzanne's a good name.
Venom, and of course myself, the indomitable, the immortal, the absolute bastard, Dr. Phil. Welcome to tonight's shit show, ladies and gentlemen. We shall kick this off. And fucking Lonnie, you're late as usual.
Hey!
He runs on Lonnie time.
Where's your better half, Lonnie?
I have no idea.
Molesting grandfathers at TSA, from what I heard.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Before this takes a turn down to a very, very dark alley, we shall go through the one bug fix that's been applied this week.
Well, that's a pretty quick road to
Oh,
getting
really?
flagged.
All right, show's over. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
One bug fix. That's it. That's all you've got for this week.
Hey, it's an important bug fix.
Fix. Seekers equipped with artillery drills tech can no longer target and attack heralds.
Well, thank God,
While
'cause
equipping
they
the
just knocked
artillery
my
drill
head out.
tech, the Seeker is no longer a dedicated air unit. Well, that sucks.
Man,
The one thing
they
that made
knocked my
that
hair out
unit,
of the air. Whew.
the one thing that made that damn unit any good, they just ripped it away.
Uh-huh.
Well, no. I mean,
No, that you know the
no.
bitch is
No. Don't even fucking cry. That is one bitch move that I'm not going to tolerate, and I'm the biggest bitch on this panel when it comes to crying and whining about shit.
You said
Oh,
it.
no,
Just
I'm
don't
not
equip
complaining.
all your damn seekers. No, just don't equip all your seekers with that tech. The point is, Herald is exclusive to air-only specifically designated units. When you put that tech on, it is no longer a specifically designated air-only unit. It becomes air and ground targetable, and thus it should negate that ability. So if you have 10 of them, equip 5, don't equip 5. 5 of them will continue to do 0 damage to the Herald. The other 5 will, of course, not do any damage to the Herald because they can't do shit anyway.
So then you have to go back to the old school, what is now known as legacy tech, and the Valkyries. The elite Valkyries target both ground and air. The original Valkyries only targeted air.
Yeah, well,
Therefore, making the original Valkyrie a use against the Herald, but that's not a thing because they rated everyone to elite.
Now I will do this real quick, and I want to say this because I do respect somewhat Peel. Okay, the point of, and I don't want to conflate that issue when you talk about the Valks, and he was correct. The Valkyrie was an upgrade. You actually changed the unit itself to make it the elite Valkyrie, and that's when it stopped being. So an original standard Valk could continue to kill the Herald, but the elites, when you upgraded them to the next level, failed to do that. Now that's a different issue compared to what this is. This is a tech equipment. So the unit's not changed. You're just adding an equip to it, which makes it negate that ability. So,
which makes it target both ground and air, which makes it relevant.
It makes it refuses to be able to be a unit that can then, when it's got this equipped tech, fire on the Herald. Now the problem is it's fundamentally it's the way that Kixeye has worded and described what the Herald is as a unit. Period. So as long as I have to say that I respect this fix. I don't care if people hate it. Whoop-de-doo. The unit itself, the Seeker itself, is not that great a unit. It's not the end-all, be-all Herald killer. So whoop-de-freaking-do. You're not really losing anything by them fixing it. But this is the right move. Once the tech is equipped, it should no longer be able to target the Herald. Just don't. If you want to use the Seeker to be a Herald killer, you better fill your entire base with them. You can't put that many in to really make a dent, but have at it. And don't put the tech on it. That's all.
Yeah, like, I've noticed the Hades are still the best thing to have against the Herald. They're better, in my opinion. They're better than Expert Tempests. They're better than anything else that you could possibly have. I don't understand why. It's just they seem to outperform everything, and I love it.
Let me tell you my experience with 3 Hades. They were in a triangle base. It was, imagine like the base that with no expansion. The guy had his base like that wide, and the three corners of his base, he had one at like 11. He had one at like 3 and one at like 7, like making a perfect triangle. I went to hit 3 of them, and it took my Herald down to half health, and this was a level 24, 25 Herald. And these were level 10 with the 2, I'm assuming the 2 gold tech because you can't advance scout tech. But yeah, 3 of them took my Herald down to half health by the time I got done with it. Because that's all that was in the base that could hit my Herald. So yeah, Hades are pretty devastating against them.
Yeah. If Kixeye, the next good move that Kixeye needs to do is advance the damage output from the Siege. If they want to make it a viable anti-air unit in our because it really, the range is a wonderful asset, but the damage is just pointless. It's a honey badger with 1,000 range. Like, whoopie fucking day. It really is. I mean, you look at the honey badger. It has amazing qualities. Its speed, its maneuverability. Okay, it was a great killer for mega tanks. It could circle around, but it doesn't have enough damage to really do it. It would take forever. So now, if you parse that for anti-air, Herald, O Titan, O Sandstorm, O Phantom, you're not really putting enough damage with rockets to do significant damage with the limited number based on the space that
Holy
they have.
shit, what is that noise? No, hang on.
Venom was talking, but he had a lot of background noise.
There was a lot of background noise. So he's probably still talking. Apologies, Venom. So
I'm not.
I just muted Venom, and I didn't realize he was the one talking. But yeah, it was a lot of like background noise.
It was James trying to fix his microphone. He had, but it's okay. It wasn't my background noise. There's nobody here. It's just me.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay.
Hashtag forever alone.
So we'll move straight on to the next set of bitching, and I've seen a lot of bitching about this already. This will be the Omega Herald.
I'm gonna go.
You
I'm gonna
horned
go for my Herald now.
bastards. We know Lonnie will have this by the end of the fucking week, but as usual with all Elite 2 Omega upgrades, 31 through to 40, blah blah blah, all the usual bollocks. This one only gains a 20% top speed movement over long distances and an increased clip size from 6 to 8. And that's about your lot.
Nope.
Only be targets there, but...
Oh, wait. It's supposed to be a splash to it, too.
That's the tech.
That's the bomb. Never mind.
That's the bomb. There's nothing about Omega Tech yet, unless I've missed something.
No, it's in the event prizes.
I don't think it's just Omega. I think it's for the Herald.
It's Herald Tech. It's new Herald Tech for the event. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, right there.
Mega Bombs component.
Yeah, sure.
Bombs, 20% splash radius.
Yep.
Okay, so hang on a minute. I should probably go through this bit then, because there's bits in here I haven't done. Usual story bollocks, which I'm going to skip over because I can't be asked reading it. The event starts on June the 15th and ends on Wednesday, June the 21st. The same usual 2 mission tracks, main missions and faction missions. No, you get 3 faction tracks, Survivor, Corpus, and Sentinel. Once a faction track has been selected, you can only deploy units from specific faction. Survivor, Corpus, and Sentinel units. You've got a fucking list. No, he hasn't listed them. He just posted fucking pictures like a goddamn moron.
Yeah, we've briefed this before. Basically, whatever track you pick, you're facing the opposing units. So you pick Corpus, you're going to get attacked by Sentinel, and
and so forth.
Survivor.
Thank you, Dalla.
The same mission briefing, mission XP payers, prizes, tips, the usual. 4 reset tokens will be issued. And completing the main track will give you a restart token. The victory conditions are conquest, which is destroy all the buildings, and domination is kill all the defenders. The event prizes, now you can have faction hero tokens. 1 faction hero will be earned on the first completion of all missions. Each faction track will yield a specific faction hero token on completion of all missions. One faction hero, only one faction hero token can be earned from each faction track. So if you do all three, you can get all three tokens. Basically.
Which means you can not have to spend the XP.
Yes.
I'm gonna make
I'm very happy about that because now I don't have to grind as much for the.
I'm gonna
you
smash
can
a few
complete
bases
two.
and ruin some beginning of events tonight.
Enjoy.
Stay away from me, Lonnie.
You go right ahead and do what you got to do, my brother.
They'll be healed up by the event anyway.
So, we have the
don't get
infantry
stuck in six.
liberator. We have the liberator hero, Weaver. Machine gun, sustained damage, moderate range, high damage, targets ground, air, and missiles. Resistant to corrosion, resistant to burst damage. Heroic buff, personal shield for Weaver only. Weaver gains a temporary personal shield after taking damage that reduces damage taken for 15 seconds. The liberator buff increase.
I was just about to say, let's place bets. Who thinks that Shadow Shield doesn't work?
Let's not have this discussion. I don't want to get a bollocking for this to happen. So, the personal shield is obviously, it's either going to work or it isn't. And that's the end of that chapter. Supporting a personal shield that triggers when health is below 100%. Weaver wades into the heart of battle willingly and always comes out on top unless he gets murdered, in which case you have to put him in some kind of fucking cloning vat to get it back. And that's copyrighted Dr. Phil, so Kix, I watch this and steal my idea, I will fucking sue you. Nyx, the Fury hero. Airborne unit, damage, burst damage, high range, high damage, targets ground and air. Reload time. Reload decreases up to 20% as she takes damage. The Fury buff increases the movement speed of Furies by 10%. Damage, she reloads faster, ensuring that she takes out her target before she falls. Nyx boosts the movement of all the Furies near her. Sunder, the Vindicator hero. Yes, increase movement speed of Furies by 10%.
I said, who needs movement speed for Furies? Because then they'll outrun the wingmen.
Yeah.
They almost do already.
This is the one that I'm excited for.
Yeah, this is Sunder, the Vindicator hero. Area damage, high range, high damage, targets ground only.
Sunder's gonna be a bad bitch.
Heroic buff.
Yeah.
Scorched Earth. Sunder's little explosions leave a burning patch on the ground that deals damage over time. Increases the reload speed of Vindicators by 10%. Sunder thrives on efficiency, packing napalm into his shells to burn survivors. Sunder reduces the reload time of Vindicators near him.
So possibly he's good against
heroes. The second buff is for the unit itself. Of course, the Mega Bombs we've already discussed, and a very cool looking trophy.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what it does. It doesn't just sit there, stagnant.
It'd be cool.
It will probably spin or
I think it'll glow
it'll flicker like 2 events ago with that one that's got like the projection screen.
I would hope it would more strobe, like okay, my own personal interpretation, but the lamp underneath would glow brighter and then form the image like a
hologram,
and then it would disappear. Yeah,
it looks like holographic imaging to me.
So anyway,
but that is that.
I was thinking like X-axis rotation.
We've done that bit. I've done that already. So we move on to the the prize list. Okay, I'm going to need a breath of air for a second.
You get no air.
Just read the important stuff.
All right, you've got
substitute good bourbon for your air.
I tried to get him to just read the important stuff, but he said that he must read everything, and so, yeah.
If I'm here and I'm reading a prize list, it's all getting read. There is nothing going to be missed.
Dr. Phil is the Gold Star. He's a Gold Star employee. He wants to do the very best.
All right.
He's sucking up the quick
That's the immortal Dr. Phil to you, peasant.
The floor is yours. Everybody else shut up. Have at it.
Okay, so here goes the fucking fun bit. Into Chaos War Trophy, 800,000. Weaver, Roland, Nyx, Oren, Sunder, Adra, 800,000 each, or the specific Survivor Corpus Sentinel Hero token. 400,000 Seeker, 225,000 Disruptor, 200,000 Bonesaw, 225,000. Phalanx 350,000. Spartan ZK 42,004. Spartan ZK is 134,000. Plated armor 62,500. Overhead armor, side skirts 100,000. Cap spoiler, laminated armor 87,500. Ballistic vest, heavy impact armor 35,000. Articulated rotor, rigid rotor 72,000. Deduction buffer, trajectory CPU 100,000 XP. Juggernaut parts are 100,000. 8 parts must be earned to unlock the Juggernaut. 100,000 points for the Elite Juggernaut part. 40 parts must be earned to unlock the Elite Juggernaut. 800,000 for all the Juggernaut parts. 4 million for all of the Elite Juggernaut parts. Corrosive rounds 300,000. Big bore engine 60,000. Float armor 300,000. Liberator 22,000. 5 Liberators 90,000. Hammer 202,000. Detonator 32,000. 5 detonators 126,000. Apollo 225,000. Fury 175,000. Hades 150,000. Acolyte 65,000. 8,000. Purifier 225,000. Vindicator 200,000. Shut the fuck up. Anti-armor rounds, C4 rounds 18,000. Pyro shells, shedding shells 90,000. EMP payload, flashbang payload 22,000 XP. These items are currently being listed as last chance. ADS ammo 72,000. Depleted core ammo 72,000. Suppression bombs 100,000. Dominus mail, Magnus rail 50,000. Reflection armor, resistant armor 80,000. Fuck, I'm going blind. Mine resistant plate, spaced armor 125,000. Hardened canopy, titanium undershell 65,000. We're almost at the end. We're almost there. All that stuff that I have just listed is last chance in the event store. Point defense 250,000. Weapons lab 300,000. Legendary mega tank 300,000. Legendary mega tank component bundle 250,000. Singular components at 50,000 each. Legendary laser tank 300,000. Component bundle 210,000. Singular components of 50,000 each. Legendary Hellfire 300,000. Component bundle 210,000. Components 50,000 each. Night Owls 140,000. Chemicals, silicon cores 50,000 whack, and of course, rounding it all off at your technical bar points at 500,000 XP. Now, gentlemen and lady, what do you think?
I didn't quite get that. Can you repeat that, please?
Fuck off.
Were you saying something?
So I really like.
You were muted the whole time, Phil.
I really
You
like
are
the fact
fucking
that
kidding
you
me.
can, at the top, they have all the heroes, and they give you the hero tokens, so you can purchase them with XP, or the hero token for those that grind it out. So this leaves the only new thing that you actually have to spend XP on, being the Mega Bombs and the War Trophy, which is 1.2 million. So that leaves me an opportunity to get a lot more of the old stuff and tech, hopefully for my Vindicators. Assuming that's a silver, some of that stuff is silver Vindicator tech. So I need reload and all that. So hopefully the XP payout is similar to last event, because then I will be very happy, and hopefully the difficulty is similar to last event, because then this will be a very good event for me.
Lonnie, opinions?
This guy's got a flat base.
Okay.
Okay. That's not what I need an opinion on, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Of course, Lonnie was going to say Daba Phoenix's opinion was the best ever.
No, he wouldn't. He'd say Dr. Phil's opinion is the best ever, and this game fucking sucks.
I'm not tardy.
Is that why you logged in? Is that why you logged in the other day? Because you loved it so much?
You broke your rule. You said you weren't going to log in or nothing for less than 1,000.
Rule number one.
Oh. Yeah.
Rule number one. When in doubt, lie.
He never said such a fucking word.
Spoken like a true politician.
No, the only difference between me and a politician is the politician wouldn't say what I just did.
That's true.
The politician gets paid to lie, where Dr. Phil just, we get YouTube subscribers and stuff.
Wow. No
I want to make a Dr. Phil Trump analogy, but I think I'll.
Hey, if you want to, you can share my screen. I'm gonna flatten
I'll
out
get
the
the
base.
Well, while we discuss everything else before I get compared to that fucking orange Cheeto bastard, then by all means, go flat that base.
Not that
Now
bad.
the YouTubers can have something to discuss or to watch while we discuss the event and whatnot.
Well, now, whose critique is it now? Is it? I think it's Godscope.
Godscope.
Yeah.
It is down to Godscope on your critique of everything you've just heard.
Oh god, I figured that Kixeye would do something like what they did, and I grinded and grinded and grinded at 500k XP a pop to get my Elite Juggernaut, and now the parts are 1,000 or 100k. So I'm a little sore about that. There's a lot of stuff that I could have used that XP on that I didn't.
Was it 500k for one part?
It was 500k for 4 for the Elite.
Yeah, it was
and
8 million.
It's
now it's
100k for 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
not happy about that. But as for the difficulty and everything, I would like the attack waves to be the same as they were last event, and I would like the defense mission on 25 to be nerfed a little bit. But other than that, if there's not too much that's different, I don't see this event being any more annoying than it has been for the last couple months.
25 was awesome because that was it actually gave it actually made me like use my units to defense. Because I guess I don't want to give them any ideas.
I didn't want the only thing that bothered me was how many bone saws and everything came at you all at once. Like if they could space it out a little bit better, that would make it more realistic. But just throwing all that crap in there, it just lags everybody out.
That's the problem with Kixeye and their efficiency. They throw so much shit at you, but if you can't defend it, then there's no fucking point.
I put 3 or 4 Gold Tempests in there, and it killed everything, but then they suicided into my Gold Tempest every single time, and I'm like, yeah, that's nice. So I was constantly repairing my base tune. That was my only thing, was they would suicide into my Tempest. So, but... Yeah,
Ed, you're up. What's your prognosis? When you've unmuted yourself.
Hello.
For the love of fucking God.
There you go.
I mean, I like the fact that, you know, you're getting 3 tokens so you can actually get the heroes without using any XP. That's pretty cool. I love the bombs, but I'm going to go into all that later. When I start really ripping into people in the forums and whatnot. But I don't know. I mean, it just looks like a good catch-up event for people. If the difficulty isn't astronomical, people are going to be able to catch up on a lot of units that they need. So it could work out really well. I mean, I'm loving the Omega Herald thing, but I'll get into that later.
Oh, of course. When everybody's got it and had a chance to play with it, and you probably will coin the fucker because I know you.
Yeah. No. I just want to get into the crying about it and the bullshit that's been going on about it. I'm at my wit's end.
There generally is. I mean, it goes back a little while now, but
it all the same thing happened with the jug
anymore.
It all happened with the jug. It happened with the jug too.
It happened
Everyone
with
wished about it.
It happened with the Hydra. It's happened with a lot of fucking shit. And every time a new unit comes out, they complain. They split. You've now got the split between the air and the ground, and people are still complaining. It's complain. And I pretty much fucking guarantee you that most of the people, in fact, about 80 or 90% of them, that complain like that in the forums and cry and bitch and moan, don't spend money at all. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a free player in a free-to-play game. That's the thing. Ninjas play free. It's always been the mantra of Warframe. For as long as you fucking well like. But at some point, if you're willing to put the money into it, it's worth its fucking while. But if you don't, and you shit, and you go into the forums and bitch, you're gonna get red on your ass. Or if it wasn't red, it would usually be me calling you a fucking idiot, but doing it far more politely. He'd just call you a fucking idiot and say it that.
I would have said fucking a couple more times than you actually did, but that's the. But no, I mean,
Red Steel.
Yeah.
Red Steel will call you a moron or an idiot, and Dr. Phil will call you a moron. There's a difference there.
No, I'll call him a fucking idiot, is what I'll call him. But
exactly.
No,
I'd call him a fucking moron, but I'd do it in far more eloquent words.
That's why he kept his account, and I go through 3 accounts a week. But I get if we're gonna talk about. I mean, it's just I'm so sick of the fucking turtles. I'm so sick of the crying and the bitching and the moaning. I mean, I'm allowed to bring up somebody's name, right? As long as I use his game name. Right?
Game name only, yes.
Crying whore. Thing matters. He is crying like a little girl. I'm quitting the game. I'm gonna go play my Steam accounts because the Herald is unfair. And he's just on and on. He because I made a post. All I asked, and I think it was important information for the show tonight. The Herald coming out. I wanted to get from Slavko. Hey, listen, is there going to be a massive increase on repair time going from Elite to Omega, like what happened with the Titan?
Yeah,
time doubled, and they didn't tell us ahead of time. It wasn't until the first time.
Yeah.
Did you just do what I think you just did?
What's that?
You dropped your Phantom on a rifleman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I just looked over at the screen and there it was. The one rifleman stood in the fucking middle.
It's the fastest way I can to kill it. I ain't got no night owls or.
I've seen people. I've seen people drop a PK on a rifleman before. Like
if in the game Fock had the ability to drop thermonuclear weaponry, he would drop it on fucking dogs.
Hell yeah.
So would most of us on this panel, to be perfectly honest. In fact, I think all of us would probably do it.
Doesn't the Phantom drop like thermonuclear stuff because it's like fire?
No.
No, thermonuclear doesn't mean. Oh, never mind.
There's nothing thermonuclear about anything that the Phantom drops.
Where were we? I don't know.
Omega Herald.
We'll just call him Thane Manus, crying little whore. I remember that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he is a little bitch. I mean, for the love of God. What I was saying was I was just trying to get an answer from Slav saying, hey, listen, are you going to give us, because that's information you need to know before you click that button. Because once you click the button, there's no going back. So I was, and they were sitting there going, oh, what would be fair? Thane actually said it should have a 4 to 5 day repair time.
Bullshit.
He said, so this way
what's
people
the
using strategy.
18 hours?
Right now, it's 15 hours right now.
15 hours. That's more than acceptable. It doesn't need to go up or down from that.
I agree. But no, he said it should be 4 to 5 days.
Then he's a fucking idiot.
Who?
No, Thane Manus. Because he's crying. He's saying, people don't use strategy units anymore. Blah. It's like, okay, what are strategy units? And tell you what, bring 5 platoons of those strategy units to my base and see what happens to you.
All right.
Yeah,
People don't use strategy units anymore. Then how the fuck are you supposed to play?
You can't because of the defenses. Strategy went out when they made these overpowered defenses where they had to start giving us these nuclear options because it's the only way to crack open a base. You could bring as many purifiers and hammers and war horses and whatever you want. You could bring as many of them you want to my base, and I'm going to kill them all.
Well, I'll put one statement in there, and you're absolutely right. They've made it to a point where you can no longer fight in your weight class when it comes to base defense. It is actually forcing, and this is the great disparagement for new players, new blood. They have forced the big dogs to fight below, to fight down. Because when you get to a class like, where I should be, but I'm not, but where Red Steel is, where Faku is, where, where all these other players are, when you get into their bases, especially even Daba, you cannot go in there with strategy of pick. It's more you have to gung-ho and lose a lot just to crack open the opening to go use a strategic, advantage of a unit because
you've got to force.
If
You've
you
got
want
to
to do it
force your
quick,
way in.
yeah, it's like the opening of a football game. Your entire team has to run through that paper fucking banner before you can hit the field and actually use some plays out of your playbook.
Well, you go back.
Except in this
the
case, the
old
paper
days.
banner is lined with rusty nails.
And
Go back
your rusty nails.
Go back a couple of years. How many people, particularly here, use Vanquishers to crack a hole in the base before you go in with other units?
Yeah, I used Vanquishers. I used
Without mentioning Shadow's Vanquisher shields.
No. Just all seriousness. Vanquishers, mega tanks were base crackers. Then you could come in with hover tanks, or you got Hellfires to use. You see, Hellfires were a strategic unit. You could use them in their splash to target specific. You used your Vanquishers as a bum rush unit. They weren't truly strategic, and that was the point of the aspect of that shield. Was it was allowed you to get in, get shot. You were wanting to get that first shot to get those shields to come up, so that you could use them to crack down walls, get rid of a few attrition that might hit you. You know, you want to get rid of any machine gun turrets or whatever, and then you bring in your hover tanks, and you bring in your Hellfires, and the splash and the range and all the rocket, proper aiming and targeting would let you level a base. Yeah. But you were going to suicide units. Now you really don't have the quality to go in and suicide a small number.
God.
You're really suiciding units that.
Well, if you've got Onis, you can send 5 Onis at the bunkers and that, or owls, and then
yeah, there's still the air. There's still the air initiative. Onis.
There are still. It sounds like at least there are still some strategic options, but they're expensive.
And again,
do the Daba Phoenix way. Just take forever on the base, and then they just get tired. Like I kill off the first two before I even worry about the base, if I can. If they're online.
My point is, depending on the base setup, and there's numerous numbers of very, very amazingly well constructed base defense setups. There's a point where you get into this, you get hemmed into this position where either you're going to suicide and spend it. Again, it comes down to my biggest vice, which is the repair times. But you're going to spend 20 hours in repair, or you're going to ignore those bases. Walk away from Red Steel's base, say, fuck that, I'm going to go hit a 36.
Which most people do, unless you're one of the high-end PvPers.
Yeah, and again, that hurts new blood. That gives you that gives the lower levels, the mid-levels, this feeling of being bullied. Even when it's not the desire of a 46 player to hit a 30 player. It isn't. I mean, unless the 30 player is a complete asshole. Yeah, well, yeah. Taco can hold his own. See?
Oh, I know he can.
Taco could be a 12 and he'd still be flattening the shit out of people. I mean, that's skill level over everything. But Kixeye really has swayed the game in a direction that I don't think they purposely intended, but with everything they purposely did, it's kind of pushed it off a cliff. My opinion.
Here's something I'd like to point out. How long have we been watching Lonnie hit these bases? He's hit quite a few. Anybody who doesn't coin like this man does, we wouldn't be able to do this even offline bases. Like I still take damage with offline bases, and I wouldn't be able to hit 15, 20 bases offline, all offlines. But I think a lot of the heavy hitters now are the huge coiners like Lonnie, like Red Steel, and whomever else is.
What do you consider heavy coining?
Well, hold on.
Well, in 12 days last week, I spent
Red Steel,
over $1,100.
Look,
Red, I don't know you.
I'm not even talking about repairs.
Coining habits, but I've been told you coin a lot, so that's why I lumped you in this.
I coin a lot, but what do you consider a lot to go out?
Hold on. I don't want it to be just on coining repairs. I want people to understand. Well, my aspect of a coiner, it's not coining stupidly. I'm talking about specific strategic coining where you've coined over the process of upgrading your units, doing the missions, collecting more tech, doing all those things. Large numbers of coin might not have been spent on you repairing after attacking and flattening PvP bases, but you may have spent a large quantity of coin during an event, during mini missions, during grinding to get tech. So you've advanced your units above and beyond a non-coiner's ability, unless that non-coiner wants to spend, 12 hours a day nonstop hitting the same bases until he gets 40 of the stealth tech. Or
allow me to pose a question. To both Lonnie and Red, because I know you're fairly sizable in the coin department. So my question here to be, I assume both of your heralds are max level at this point.
Yes.
No, mine's not.
Yours is not.
Mine.
What level is yours?
32.
Mine's
I think
26 or 26, I think.
26.
Yeah.
So obviously, Red, yours is what, 32?
30. There's no Omega yet.
Yours is on 30. So do you have the intention to coin that straight to 40?
Depends on it depends on what the benefit is.
I don't think it's going to be a big enough benefit to take it to 40. I think at level 32, it's going to be strong enough to fucking look. Mine's not even Omega, and look, I killed this whole base. Just my hair.
I think it.
And look how much damage I got.
It's
I actually, I'm a coiner, and I do not have one single unit that's at level 40. No, none of the Omega units. I mean, my Dina, and obviously that's
they're too costly. They're too costly to coin it all the way up.
I know the money wouldn't actually phase me that much. It's not the money. It's just that there's no bang for the buck there.
Yeah, it's not a big enough benefit at all.
No, it really isn't. I mean,
you're getting a little bit of health, a little bit of DPS is all you're getting. You're not getting no range. You're not getting.
I'd like to see the end result. The end result of health of the Herald. So if it's like maybe 100 million, then it's maybe. But if it's only like 50 or
I'll be honest,
50,
it's my Herald is 31 million health. I'm thinking, in that general vicinity. If the end result, if level 40 is, let's say, 45 million health, yes, I would probably coin it, because that would be a significant upgrade. I just don't think it's going to be that much. I think it's going to be small, like 200,000 jumps. I think at most the Omega at max level is going to be up to 35 million health, and that to me isn't worth it. There's just not enough bang for the buck there. It's going to work perfectly fine at 32.
Somebody in our raid page. Somebody on our raid page was asking, should I upgrade my Omega Herald and Titan, blah 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 to 40? And I says, no, 32 is fine. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, basically all you do is once you get Omega, you get the benefit of Omega at 32 but 31 or 32. But
it's 32.
I like the idea of, remember when we got level 10, when we would advance our stuff to level 10, our old stuff with Thorium, it would gain a new tech, or not a new tech, a new skill ability that was actually crucial to the game.
Look,
that's what I would like to see.
The base I just took that was fully defended cost me, well, if I instant it right now, it's 5 gold. But 3 on that and 3 gold there.
What was it? The gladiators, or no? What was it?
Well, no, I know what you're saying. Yes,
like the laser tank, he got a faster charge time, I believe, and I think the shock trooper guy, he could target 2 things at once, and that was just devastating to have a shock trooper in the. And then
Thorium upgrades are dead.
Well, I know that's never going to happen, where it's a thorium upgrade, but just the idea of when we upgrade something, give it a new, unique ability aside from just health and damage.
Technical advancement.
For the longest. With the longest time, I didn't advance my units. I didn't upgrade my units because I was like, I don't need health and damage because my mega tanks at level 5 were doing really well, and health and damage didn't mean anything to me. I was a range player, and I just did it for the heck of it. But I was like, I don't care about health and damage. My level 1 phalanx, or my the seeker. There you go, good unit. I was using my level 1 seeker, and it was doing just as good as my level 10 seeker is.
I mean, the level 10 seeker sucks as much as the level 1.
Yeah, that's really the thing.
Because the same thing I'm using my level 1 seeker for, I was using it to kind of just get the red arrow on it and make people freak out. That's what my level 10 seeker is doing.
It's the same thing as throwing dogs in your base on the corners just to, Well, back when the infiltrators were the thing, get them to uncloak. I mean, it's.
Or throwing a ninja in your base, so this way he would, they'd walk over him.
Mm-hmm.
I ran too many tests on the Hades versus my Seekers are level 10, and I ran every test I've ran tells me that the Seekers are absolutely useless.
I can't find a good unit.
Better job.
The only use I can find for a Seeker is a medium level or even a low level. Throw it under your CC, and then like a high level like us, we'll just hit Ruby on an Omega Titan, and then poof. Like, I have a friend who's in Sector 11. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he's in Sector 11, and he says, he lost his O-Titan to like a level 30 because it had a gold Tempest underneath.
That is an idiot for not checking.
Well, I told him that in a polite way.
A gold Tempest is better than a level 10 Seeker.
Well, but I figure a bunch of Seekers could drop a Titan. I can't confirm this, I'm assuming.
A bunch of them probably could. If you've got enough of anything, they'll drop anything.
Because the level
again, the biggest Achilles heel there is the size of a Seeker.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. For their power, there should be a tiny little unit that you could put like.
It should be like 150 space at max.
It should look the same fucking size as a goddamn honey badger for the shit as it is.
Well, that too. Yeah.
Actually, if you guys have not noticed, I hit somebody, among the 21 people I put in bubbles this morning. One of them had a ton of shit outside. He actually had like Vanguards outside of his base. He still had Vanguard. You should see what Kixeye has done with the pixels on those things. They're so small that you could. I swear to God, if you put a honey badger or what the hell. What's the first unit that everybody always wanted the Omega version of?
The little rabbit?
The Jackrabbit. I think the Jackrabbit is 2 pixels. That's how small it must be at this point. Because they
it's the same as looking as a rocket buggy. You go back to the original days. The rocket buggy was quite a large bloody thing. Now it's a tiny little speck.
That's exactly what I've mentioned in prior shows. When they introduced replacements, they should have gotten rid of the pre-existing version because none of the scaling is correct. They did it with the buildings when they changed the friggin' power plants to become smaller than everything else in the goddamn base. When they're the thing that's supposed to be a nuclear power station, is fucking. I don't like the failed scaling in the game. I like realism. I didn't like the hover tank because it's not real. I didn't like, I'll be honest, I didn't like the spacey bullshit that they brought in from their art department to make it this way. I liked it to be a real military, fundamentally realistic war game. But putting all the pixel, in like I always say, people, it's a fucking video game. It's make-believe. It means nothing. Gold is a false reality. It's not... they can charge you whatever they want. So when they do these crazy things, it just, I've gotten to the point where I don't even care that something that should be tall, like, what's the fucking, the mech guy that shoots air and ground, the fucking gladiator or whatever. He should be much, well, yeah, but okay, the gladiators and the Legion and all that should be the same size. And then you look
at the Legion now compared to what it was in its release. Even that's smaller.
Yeah, and then the SF and the SF and your riflemen and your heavy gunners and all that stuff should be the same size and scale. You could be a little bit more muscular, but they shouldn't be 3 times the height. And if you're going to do that, either enlarge the characters of the riflemen and the original units, or shrink the fucking SF guys to match. In similar aspect ratio. I don't know. It's just me. It's a pain in the ass.
I was driving my Omega Juggernaut with I think it was my Jericho. I was doing a Phantom base. And I never really used them 2 side by side. And yeah, I saw like Jericho used to be huge.
Yeah.
Jericho used to be huge, and then I ran him up against my Juggernaut, and I'm like, holy crap, this dude's tiny. And I had what was it? Ardra versus that, and I had Purifiers with them as well, and I was just like, wow, these things are tiny compared to and yeah, I mean, I like
sizing is off. The scaling is off. The repair
Like
is off. The coins are completely fucking ridiculous.
The game,
Aside from
the
hardware,
game is fucking
One thing
off.
that does need to still be addressed that they've never ever done. Standard singular repair. 1 coin equals 30 minutes. That's it. Vega's system is slightly different because the way they fucking price the coin for the mobile market to get people to spend more money. But that one roughly works out at 20 coins per hour, which is 2 gold in relative War Commander terms. In War Commander, on the other hand, it's 1 gold for this, and
3 gold for
this, and 18 gold for fucking Liberators that if you split them all down, you can get it for free.
It's
Any fucking sense.
look.
I love this. I love it.
Dr. Phil, I love your understanding of this, and I respect it. But the sad thing, and why I don't want your view promoted, is even if they were to standardize repairs for gold, all they would do would be refuck us on the repair time. So if they started turning around and saying, for example, 5 minutes is 1 gold, they would turn around and make things that right now repair in an hour, they'd fuck us and make them repair over 6 hours so that they get the same quantity of gold for the same unit repair. They would dick us over some other way.
They probably would find some other way to dick you. And that's exactly the point. But if it's a standard thing over the board, then they shouldn't need to increase or decrease in any point anything. It should remain the same.
That would show loyalty to the player base and a certain level of ethics that I think is very lacking in this game company. So again, I appeal to you. I don't want you to promote this.
Sorry, you were saying?
Bill's dying.
Did I just hear that Kickstarter and ethics in the same sentence? or am I dreaming?
Have people out on YouTube know the only
afraid that I like to use on certain people around that ethically dubious, ethically and morally dubious.
I found an undefended base with almost 4,000 in.
Just saying, Lonnie's not presenting on YouTube anymore.
You're an asshole. You're supposed to give that base to me.
Stop presenting.
Yeah, now he is. He stopped for a while.
There we go. I'll put him back on.
It's like, oh yeah, there you go. I was gonna say when one of us talks, it like whatever, it shifts it.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, there is nobody in this panel or out in YouTube that can specifically discuss ethics in a valued manner that I would consider logical for a start off.
Be good, be nice to people around you. There you go.
No, that's not
ethical.
It
goes down the political line, and that's not something I'm willing to have discussed on the show.
But
for several people who voted for the orange Cheeto and the other one who voted for a fucking criminal. So either way, you were getting morally and ethically fucked.
I didn't vote for a criminal.
I'm already out of that conversation. I'm Canadian.
Well, that's even worse.
You're French. You can't even count it all.
Canada would invade somebody and then apologize. That's what Canada.
No, we wouldn't even.
That's all right.
We wouldn't even
invade somebody and stop halfway through to have tea.
I seen that.
Fuck you.
All right, hold on.
How do you know by the beginning of the fucking 20th century, England owned 2/3 of the fucking planet? So fuck you.
Yeah, then what happened?
All great. All great.
We did what we do usually. We go in, we colonize, we civilize the place, and we fuck off back home.
No, all I know is that England had to fight a war against France for like 300 years.
And we won.
Yeah, but it's the French. What took you more minutes?
It wasn't a continuous war over 300 years. There were several wars in that 300-year gap.
That's because they kept surrendering.
Yeah, they wouldn't stop surrendering.
That's the whole thing, is they didn't feel the need to surrender the English. They just surrendered everybody else.
That's their battle cry. We surrender.
No, the battle cry can be found within their own flag. It's called the white stripe in the middle. That's why it's there.
Well, I think we just managed to offend every single War Commander player that lives in France.
They still have the. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't give a shit what you say. They still have the best wine, the best cheese.
The only
War
Commander player that I know.
This specifically goes out to you Americans.
Lonnie, close your chat real quick.
You think you can, if you think you can get away with building a wall on your border to Mexico, guess what? England did it first because we built Hadrian's Wall to stop the Scottish from getting in. So fuck you.
Yeah, what about the Great Wall of China? That didn't work either. The Mongols still attacked.
Goddamn Mongolians.
Yeah. We're going my shitty walk. I did my shitty wall.
This guy was going to bad very quick.
Look, our fucking commander in Cheeto doesn't even fucking know that there's water. The people who voted for this moron actually filled out
before this descents into politics.
No, real quick. They filled out a questionnaire about possibly building a wall on the eastern border of the United States to prevent terrorists from infiltrating the United States.
I think that's all she wrote for me tonight, guys.
Oh.
Well,
building a border on the eastern...
Yeah, like they're gonna build a border wall in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean, Daba, and like 66% of the people who filed agreed that the Cheetos should build a border wall across the eastern seaboard of the United States of America.
Because the terrorists totally swim from their country to U.S.
Yeah, they don't know about planes.
What the fuck happens? Do they swim to fucking Japan?
All they could remember, I guess, is Elian Gonzalez coming from Cuba on the little fucking toy raft, and they didn't realize there's airplanes and shit. But, whatever. Humanity is a sad, sad state of stupidity, in my mind. And it has been.
You know what? No. Stop, Phil. Phil, no. I've had enough of that. Okay. No, from him. I've had enough of that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, first of all, how about all of the half of the fucking country that voted for somebody who was a community organizer, who had no political experience, no executive experience, no experience in anything in the world, and you guys voted for him twice, and he was one of the worst presidents in history. And what was my option? Voting for one of the most criminally negligent, one of the most horrible human beings.
You did vote for the most horrible human being. You voted for somebody who I've met and talked to, and I know he's an evil prick.
You think Hillary isn't? What choices we have?
Oh, Hillary's a Hillary.
I'm going to kill this conversation.
Yeah, we'll discuss this afterwards. We'll discuss this afterwards.
With the singular phrase that everybody wants to hear. Dr. Phil 2020. Eat a dick.
A bag of them.
There you go. I'll buy a pin.
That means that you have to renounce your Britishness, and I know you'll never do that. All right.
I don't have to renounce anything. America is still property of the crown.
Let's get a...
Just because you rebel doesn't stop that from being true.
Let's get a hashtag Red Steel for President 2020 going on in the YouTube chat right now.
No.
I'll do that.
No. But regardless, back to the game. Because there were things said last week in the show that I completely disagreed with. I thought were very short-sighted, and I didn't get a chance to be on last week. But I want to kind of go over some. First of all, yeah.
Please don't make it political.
No, it's about the game.
Okay.
No, there was just things that were said that. First of all, and I'm not going to bring up names. If somebody wants to say who said it, that's up to them. First of all, there was complaints about why are we bringing these 3 new units into the game?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with bringing these 3 units in? This is the best kind of content in the world. You're getting a powerful unit that the only thing you have to do is unlock it with a free token. Yeah. And you just use the thorium and build it. And it's done. It's like
max level too.
Free tokens or you get one?
That was you get one per faction. So my point is why in the world would we want more content? It's like, this is the content we want. If you want to work on your Juggernaut, you can now, because you have nothing. You have no new unit to upgrade this entire month. There's no upgrades coming out of this event.
So you got a
Now,
free
to be
month.
honest, I will
Yeah,
take.
get it for the month.
I will take these kind
Then
of
who the fuck
upgrades
is
forever.
Hang on a minute. Name and fucking shame.
No, I'm not going to. Because
Do it.
If you can purport to that person's game name, fucking do it, and do it now.
And I can't because he
The
runs
doctor commanded you to do an action. You must do it.
I can't really do that.
No, I will say this. Yes, it was an ill-informed, short-sighted idea about bringing these units in. But at the time, we were not. No, stop. Well, no, but at the time, we were not aware that we were going to get a hero token for each faction, meaning that we could actually unlock all 3 for free if you're willing to go through the game 3 times.
3 complete run-throughs.
Well,
So
one complete run through under the set, one
track.
under the
The main track and the faction track. For that faction complete, say it's survivors, you will get the survivor hero token.
Yeah,
and you
will then restart and then
all the
repeat it
XP
again for the Corpus faction and do the main track for the second time and the Corpus faction and get the Corpus hero token and the same one for the Sentinel.
And absolutely, that's a definite
complete run through is all that you need to do in this event, and you can have all of them. And you save 2.4 million XP. You save 2.4 million XP's worth of grinding.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you can buy tech for whatever fucking units you want. You can have the trophy. You can have the new.
This is definitely.
But I want to play devil's advocate in saying that the underpinning anger or dissent about this wasn't so much the way in which these units were being released. Again, we didn't know we were getting 3 tokens until this past.
But even if
it was done, said, and released by Kixeye.
Yeah, but
Kixeye are great in ideas, but they lack the proper execution because they don't communicate with fucking anybody.
Well, here's the problem. It wasn't the underpinning anger wasn't so much the units themselves being released. It was units in general. It's just this point where everybody seems to complain about content. Period. Any content being released, it raises blood pressure because
there's
so many. Yes, there's so much already on our plate. That's the problem.
Why?
It's not, and you're right. You're absolutely 100% right. That this is what we do need. Once you've got it, if you're willing to go through the event and collect it, it's an instant build. There is no upgrade to it, and it's both a large strength unit and it gives you buffs to the units that you already have accumulated. So yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, something that we've been asking for a while is a catch-up event, and this is definitely, I think, a catch-up event.
I think we've had more than one catch-up event. I think they've done well.
Oh yeah, we've had
us
quite a few. The Ardra one, they gave us the 1 token, and then we got the other 2. But then, actually, recently, I think all these past couple events, they haven't overburdened us too much with new content. Actually, kept the grind. Maybe 1.5 million to 2 million of new content, which is not bad to grind out, and then that's it.
For me, the event with the Corpus faction was a catch-up event because the difficulty on the attack and defense waves were all so low that I'm used to getting 4 to 5 million XP each event. That's normal for me. That Corpus one, I had 16 million XP. It was awesome.
I think that's probably the one Debo had 20 million.
Yeah, it was insane. And that for me was I was able to get a bunch of units and a bunch of tech that I didn't have, and it caught me up. It advanced me months, and it was awesome. And I hope this event is a lot like that one, where I can easily get 10 million XP, and then I'll be happy.
Oh yeah,
Cyclonus, I hope that's his name. He says hopefully these new units will have all 3 tech slots unlocked right away, and we won't have to wait like we did for the first faction heroes or even the Omega Juggernaut.
That was a mistake, but they rectified the mistake. I mean, what people were inconvenienced?
It wasn't a mistake. It was put
Took
there.
a shitload of time for the jug. Jesus.
Yeah.
It took a long time for the juggernaut.
The problem with the jug was done purposefully, and in some cases that's right, and in other cases that's wrong. It's to catch people out, and you'll find the same thing will happen when the event is released. They'll either get the text lock straight away, or they won't, or they'll have some issue with them until the update the following week. I can guarantee that to be a thing.
I'm just waiting for them to give me zombifier bombs for my night owls. That's all I care about. There's a wasteful tech openings, and they don't have anything for me.
Night owls
Wrong
will never
thinker.
get
Somebody posted. Wrong thinker. Somebody posted. What would be good tech if we were to do it ages ago in the forums.
Zombifier bombs and flame. Fire and zombie. That's the only thing I need.
On the night owls fucks with the stealth, and therefore is bad.
I don't care about their stealth. Then one of the tech is to get rid of the stealth, but it gives them a fucking shield.
A Vanquished
Shadow Killer.
There's a couple more things I wanted to bring up.
Go for it.
Please.
All right. There's two more things I want to talk about that were bothering me. One of them is the constant conversation saying Kixeye has to reduce repair time. That's complete and utter horseshit. I'm sorry, it just is. They have lowered repair time. They have lowered repair time significantly. How much more do people want?
I want my PvP tune. My PvP air tune.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is like, go back in time. I started going backtracking in the Wikipedia. A mega tank's repair time is 58 minutes and 18 seconds, I think it was. A Scorpion is 1 hour and 8 minutes. The older units, people seem to think that they had short repair times and we're getting screwed. We're not.
No.
If you look at the new units coming out, their repair times are lower.
Yeah,
they're 45 minutes, 38 minutes. It's
not the repair time. The problem is you're getting so much. You can shove so much shit in a platoon.
But the point is okay. You're sitting there saying, like the point was brought up. A platoon of 8 mega tanks had about 8 hours of repair time. It was just under 8 hours. And like, why can't we go back that? But if you remember correctly, you used to have to use 3 platoons of them to wipe out a base, so you still had 24 hours repair time.
The big thing it was people are bitching about. Okay, you can't stick a bunch in your tune, but it was around the time when you had to use a fucking Inferno, shitload of repair time. Legion, shitload of repair time. Prowler, shitload of
the old school killer plat.
And then a bunch extra in there with it. I mean, that was before the PvP tune was out. What was that? A fucking 2-day repair at least?
It added up. It definitely.
3-day repair.
Prowler, Legion, Inferno. I think it was a day and 12 hours or something stupid like that.
That was the big thing, and then people was using 2 tunes. They was using that and a tune of SF or what have you to go in and fucking help clean up.
I understand that, but what I will retort that with is why these. Yeah, it's a roundabout way of saying they're reducing repair time.
Yes,
and make fun again is they've come out with these mega units that you can knock the hell out of a base. You can knock the hell out of many bases and then send it home to repair.
Yeah, look what I just did with my Herald.
It's saving you repair time. If you
I only spent like 100 gold, nice flat fucking 7, 8 bases.
Yeah, this morning I flatted 21 bases. It cost me about 70 gold to flat 21 bases because after I was done, I didn't coin to repair. I let it repair while I was at work.
So you flattened 7 or 8 bases and spent 100 gold.
Yeah.
That's roughly, give or take, whatever kick size bullshit usually is. That is roughly 2 days worth of gold. In time, at least. From memory, at least. That's your 2-day repair. That's your coin. That's your coin gone. There's your 2 days. That's the repair time. So it doesn't matter.
But
You
you
can throw
know what it would
$100
have cost
into
me?
the old days.
6 months ago, it would have fucking cost me $600-700 gold.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm talking about these comments are still being made now.
Yes.
They're still being made today.
Because
People are complaining
fucking
about repair
stupid.
time. It's got to stop. They did reduce repair
Or
time. They have given us a lot
reduction in
of
repair.
on repair
Irish,
time.
Yeah.
if you
With the
know
new unit,
what
yes.
you're doing, fighting Irish, if you know what you're doing and you know how to do it properly, you can still micro heal your air. It can still be done. You just need to know how to do it.
Yeah, I do it with my Phantom all the time.
First, you have to know how to set up your platoon so you can do
That
it properly. But so that that's one complaint I have. I'm just tired of hearing that thing about repair time. Repair times have been reduced. If you know how to use your units, you're not gonna get jacked up. And it was really no different. It's actually better than it was back in the Omega tank, the Mega Tank days. Because you lost 3 platoons of Mega Tanks. That's 24 hours right there. Back in the day, you lost 5 Hellstorms. That was well over a day for 5 Hellstorms.
Yeah. Then they cut that down while it was still in operation.
They cut it by 40%. We threatened to all quit the game. And with your favorite person in the whole world, I won't even say his name because I know it'll get your blood pressure going. He actually had to come in the forums himself and apologize and say, "I'll take the 40% reduction in repair time." But up until then, it used to be extremely expensive if you lost a Hellstorm.
Well, the Hellstorm problem, the Banshee problem, the Wingman problem, the Legion problem, the Herald problem. Every time there's been a serious issue, the players have done what the players did best and banned it up and took it straight to the source of the problem, which is Kixeye. And they usually find some kind of middle ground and a compromise. And that's exactly what needs to happen. The complaints are still going to happen from morons and noobs and people who want everything for fucking free. That's what they think their privilege is. Regardless of who they are, where they're from, and affiliations to all the usual bollocks that happens to that as well. It's going to happen, it's always going to happen, and you're always going to have somebody like myself or somebody like Red Steel who are ready to go in there and rebuttal. Whether it be in the polite British way or the very angry go fuck yourself American way.
Yes, that would be me. But
exactly, that's the difference between you and I.
I'm not.
Well, I just say go self-replicate because I'm a gentleman.
I'm not. But that was one.
I have never heard that before.
Go self-replicate.
I still
obviously Dobber is a nice guy.
Right.
Go learn how to perform mitosis.
Go oxygenate your genetics DNA.
Go clone yourself.
Go clone yourself.
No, it's gone down a fucking dark alley again.
I'm 100% sure that I used that word wrong too.
Go perform cellular mitosis.
Mitochondrial DNA.
Go buff the baloney.
What?
Buff the baloney. I haven't heard that.
Go buff the baloney. What the fuck?
Polish
this has gone very badly. You see, now Debo in
the
chat.
The biggest question is, Daba, have you ever had a little slobber on your bobber?
Oh,
don't go there. Leave that alone.
No. Being a virgin, that's part of being a virgin. You don't get that. I thought it was quite exclusive when I said I was a virgin. Then none of that funny stuff happened. I don't.
Yeah, don't count.
Make it a double fucking.
Though kind of curious why you guys are so interested in that kind of stuff about me. But
jealousy.
Let's not do that one again.
But, there's a good question.
Over the head enough times.
There's a good question out on YouTube that Dr. Phil started to bring up with Debo.
Before it was brought into somebody else's personal life, and that's not something I want to deal with, nor I'm paid enough to deal with. So,
wait, you get paid for
the legendary units, and I want to bring out something that Ron Thinker said back in fucking February, when I was still playing, February,
You
Someone
were playing a couple of days ago when you logged in and collected your fucking prize.
that doesn't
Yeah.
fucking count.
Hey, you hit collect. You claim that shit. You were
When
playing.
you access your account and perform a task, that is playing the game, be it collecting resources or acquiring a free fucking gift.
Let the immortal one speak.
Thank you. Now Debo brings up the issue with the legendary units, and Wrong Thinker said, and I quote, that the legendary units will be receiving a rework around March. That didn't happen.
I'm looking to see if I can get the form.
While I was doing whatever I was doing in my real life.
They're still as shitty as they was when they first came out.
I mean, now if you catch a base with no liberators, you could, in theory, flat it with the what you call it, the Hellfires. But I mean, you'd have to want to use those units. I mean, you could do it way more efficiently without them, but you have to want to use those units.
You will also have to have unlocked those freaking units, which I did not.
That too, but
this goes out to Einhand and Godscope to be very honest. I have all the elite, the elite Juggernaut parts too, if you want those.
I got the elite Juggernaut. Thank you very much, you dickhead.
It goes to the highest bidder.
I also have all the Omega Phantom parts, but my Phantom's only level 16.
I bid two quid 1 pence.
You can have them.
What's that in America?
You can have all of them.
I think that's $2 and a penny. I don't fucking know what that was.
What, £2 and a boy?
2
pounds and 1 pence.
2 quid 1 pence. 1 pence is a penny, right?
That's £2 and a penny.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. See. I'm betting my English vernacular.
It's about $3, so I'll give it to you for $3.50. Because I know Loch Ness Monster will come in and see the show at some point, so I needed to slip that in there somewhere just for him.
Did he just say $3.50?
He just South Park me.
That's an American term. Y'all stole that.
Actually, they're Canadian, aren't they? Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's a Canadian.
Hey, go. You're ripping the Canadians.
Canada, that was worthwhile.
I will give you all my elite Juggernaut parts for $3.50.
I don't need them. I have the Omega Juggernaut parts.
Yeah, really. Question for the panel, because I did not see it. Do we get like the past events? We got Omega Juggernaut parts or some Juggernaut parts for completing.
It wasn't stated.
Yeah. Did you see anything about Omega Herald parts?
I did not.
Because that would be cool. This way I wouldn't have to grind as many of those bases if I got it for completing it. Because then, see, that would motivate me to grind the tiers.
I didn't do that until the final Omega Juggernaut.
Because that'll be that's 20 complete playthroughs. That's totally doable in one weekend. What do you say, huh?
No, it's not. But they can't do that in the very first one of these events because then nobody.
They usually don't.
Incentive to hit the boss spaces because you could just the next 3 events get your Omega Herald parts from completing rotation.
Yeah, because they'll do that.
They'll do it on the final.
Yeah, and it'll be the same for the Elite Herald parts too. They'll release it in the prize store next event.
Yeah.
Just like they did with the Juggernaut.
In theory, kick size, but in theory that should be the plan. And then this should be the next one.
About the Omega Herald parts in this particular wave because there are no hints towards the Omega Herald parts. I'm replacement of the faction hero tokens at this time. So you'll probably see it in the next event or the event after that. Because if they did the same as they did with the Omega Juggernaut parts, it's one of those things that will come down the line.
And if they do the same thing that they did with the O-Jug, when you complete Invasion, you'll get Omega Herald parts as well.
Yes.
Possibly.
That's if they stick to the same thing that they did with the Jug.
I'll get my 80 parts in the event, though, because I want that bastard. I want it bad. Eight bombs.
Yeah, I still got to get the elite parts, so
8 bombs and
increase in speed.
Cool. See, it'd be cool if 8 bombs would kill a gold tempest or even a silver tempest, because that would make my life so much better. Sitting there waiting for like 20 bombs. Huh?
Nope.
He doesn't have elite hell.
No, I got
mine.
a level 20 Herald, and I need, I think, like 18 or 20 more elite parts.
My base has a herald. It's got all the elite parts too.
You can have it.
For Tree Fitty.
Phil, I'm gonna kick you in the taint.
You see, I quit playing War Commander just as I'd finished the damn thing. And the most ironic thing about it, I quit Vega 2 days after an event that was quite enjoyable. When I quit Battle Pirates, I quit Vega, and I continued to play War Commander until the end of March.
You like leaving things on a high.
Oh yeah, I get it done. And then if I ever need to come back to it for any reason or at any point, I've got something that's usable. Unfortunately, with the other two, there is nothing left of those bases. If you are interested, I can link you to both of those videos, and you can watch me scrap it live, because I streamed all that out live to Twitch when I did that.
You were angry that day.
You should post your Twitch videos on YouTube.
That day, Kickshine made the biggest mistake they'd ever done and fired the only CM that actually gave a shit. And I mean, literally.
Sulaco got fired that day?
No. Because Sulaco is a useless prick. And will always be a useless prick from the day he started until the day he fucking dies. That guy is about as useful as a chocolate fucking teapot. Go figure.
Just in case,
leave it to the British man to bring tea into it.
I don't even drink tea. I just need a euphemism.
Well, technically, the Willy Wonka things, the chocolate was edible, and so it satisfied hunger.
Are you able to define between fiction and reality?
He's American. No, he's not.
Hey, they would have used props, so it's plausible they would have actually built a chocolate cup to eat.
Actually, in the original Willy Wonka, the mass majority of the things in the chocolate room were edible and real.
Aren't we supposed to be talking about War Commander?
There you go. See, so it's plausible they would have had a chocolate cup.
At the moment, we've been between one topic, War Commander, another topic, War Commander, then something else, and then War Commander. So eventually, we'll drift back into War Commander and then get onto something else.
I have like this natural growth on my left testicle. You have any
thoughts?
Oh my!
It's your right testicle.
Natural growth or an unnatural growth?
I was gonna say we have a doctor on the panel that can maybe help you out with that.
Yeah,
if you have
just show your left taint to Dr. Phil and he'll prescribe some salve.
Yeah, no, what I'll do is prescribe my foot in your ass.
God.
I believe that natural growth is called your right testicle.
All right, so I have a topic.
Half done by a Canadian. Is that what just really happened there?
Yeah.
And yes, it's worth related.
In my head, I was like, well, what if he turns around and says, well, you're supposed to be 3?
Be up there.
All right, so we won't get nothing this week, but in the second week hang on. Yeah, second week of July, we will have our the tractor thingy that I can't think of its name right now.
War rig.
I don't know. There we go.
War rig.
War rig. So, what are you guys excited about this? Like we were the Herald, like right before we had the event, and then the week after we got the Herald, and we were all like, yes, yay! So, do you guys have that same joy and enthusiasm for this this war rig?
No.
Shut up, Delva.
I don't know.
I
personally don't. Yeah, I personally don't like the idea of having a unit that's the whole purpose is to take damage.
Yeah, I hated the Inferno.
I don't want to design
with a passion.
Repair time isn't massive, but if this thing is a basic suicide unit that you're going to go in to crack down the walls and whatnot, and it's a 15-hour repair time, no, kiss my ass. I usually always coin the Shadow Ops unit, and I won't coin that because I just don't Until I see, I mean, what I've seen so far in those boss bases is not impressive.
Yeah,
I view it.
crap.
I view it cross between an Inferno for its taking in the base and suicide it function, and a Growler as far as its melee, drive over shit and destroy it ability. I mean,
I have a
110%. It seems to me just to be like a unit that's designed to be suicided, and I don't want to deal with the repair time. So
I have an awesome laugh for y'all. You ready? Kickside loves us so much that they're gonna give us a unit that spawns the little scorpions out like theirs do.
You're
well,
fired.
theirs didn't spawn just scorpions.
He got muted.
Shit. Yeah.
So worth it.
I don't know. I mean, the war, maybe it will be a good unit. I don't know. Most of our Shadow Ops units have been pretty good.
If it spawned Phalanx and the Phalanx spawned the MK or the ZKs, then that would be an awesome unit.
I want it to look like the one in the boss base because that one looks really cool, but sadly it'll be like the little ones in the boss base.
But that will be the Elite or the Omega in,
Hey, I wanted my
30
Juggernaut
days.
to spawn fucking preservers, and that never happened.
Oh yeah, I wanted mine too. That would be awesome.
Trust me, the Juggernaut's a great unit. It just has what it is.
I want the preservers to walk out to like 600 range too, so this way they stay way far from my Juggernaut.
I would have rather had the Juggernaut spawn detonators or something like that.
See, the problem with the preservers is they will get into range of like a bunker or an AOE thing like that. The big horn, what is it? The Billy Goat, where you might not want your Juggernaut in that range just yet, because essentially your AOE, your activation range becomes your 550 range of your Juggernaut plus whatever the preserver walks out to.
Before I pay.
Assuming that he goes out farther than 550. And so that wouldn't be like the the Widow, the Widowmaker. What made that bad against napalms is
drones.
It would hit the drones and then it would splash back onto your actual spider. Back when it had a huge AOE and it wasn't like it is now. And you're like, ah, crap. And then you had to sit there, and that's back when it would just destroy the spider because it was too slow, and the fire, even though it did crap damage, somehow damaged to its spider.
Good. Fuck spiders.
I like James. I like James's answer.
Pick the fly and drop shit all over bases, but that's not happening. True enough.
I'll use the War Rig if it has less than 2 hours repair, or I'll say less than 4 hours repair. If it's anything more than 4 hours, I will not use it for PvP.
So what's going to happen is it's going to be an hour like the Herald, and then a week later it's going to be 15 hours.
I'll use the War Rig and I'll just drop it on like level 3 bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for all the coiners to coin him up, because I might actually coin it, because I'm at to where I have 1,000 free gold that I can spend.
What have you been spending on?
There you go, Kickstarter. My last purchase was actually a tech center upgrade because I think I had church that day or something, and I wasn't going to be on. So I don't like leaving my tech center empty. See, that's how little I coined I can remember.
It was like 2,000 coins, something like 2,400 or something like that.
That was January. I've been at 3,000 since probably January 2nd.
I am mistaken. You were at 3,000 something.
And then now I'm at 4.
Now you're down to 1,000.
I'm at 4,050 currently, so I want to drop back down to 3,000 with this War Rig.
Oh.
Well, yeah, if Kickside does a really good job with this unit, I will coin it, maybe even live on one of these shows. But I ain't gonna coin it if it ain't no good, Because like if it's an Inferno, I'll just sit there and take the 2-day. Actually, honestly, I'll probably upgrade other stuff besides that, because I have some like my Hades and my Phalanx definitely need to go up, because I seen what a level 1 Phalanx can do. I drove my level 1 Phalanx into some dude's base that he had it open what do you call those bases? Anti-Jug, anti-Herald. So I just moved my. They're so spread out. You could drive your Phalanx right in and take out the specific units you need. So I took out his Hades. It cost me 1 tune of Phalanx, which was 3 hours in a PvP tune or something like that. Whatever. I was like, all right, that's so worth it. And then I heralded the rest of the base for maybe an hour in my herald. So for 4 hours, damage,
those out there that want to do that right now, the anti-Juggernaut, anti-Herald, newsflash, guys, that is absolute Phalanx bait. I
love those bases because I love picking apart a base, and it makes it so much easier to pick it apart when it's so spread out.
Oh no,
no overlapping fire.
Once you get to level 10, no, you could wipe that whole base out with just that platoon. You take it all the way out. You don't need anything else. Oh yeah.
Phalanxes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're brutal.
Right.
Once they get to level 10, they are brutal. And they are the absolute best thing in the world against howlers. Like, they like to put all the howlers in the base, and they'll run the howlers around. They'll come close. A couple of those ZKs spawn out and shoot the howlers. Howlers go bye-bye. They're dead. Oh, no.
Do they have to be out of the vehicle, or does the Phalanx itself destroy?
When they come out, they'll start shooting at anything that's ground near them. And if there's the group of howlers near them, they'll put a hurt on those howlers.
Now, can my own do the regular Spartans do that, or does it have to be the ones out of the back of the thing?
No, but you have to repair the ones.
Yeah.
No, I mean a platoon of 12 Phalanxes end up sending out 192 ZKs. You really think you need to bring out your own?
Oh, definitely. I need 8 of my own to make it an even 200.
I think we pretty much called this bullshit to death tonight.
Hey,
we do have the event coming up for people that did not.
PvP tips right now.
A quick reminder for the event. Don't go half. Don't go flying in. Remember that those. What the hell they call them? Billy Goat. Billy Goat is the nightmare. Those suckers have to like 950 range. Don't go crying if you forgot about that. And they take out some of your air, or they take out a unit because they're firing from 950 away. They
just bait it like you did the old mortars. That's the easiest thing to do.
Bait it.
Send a Liberator or a Acolyte, or even the Phalanx. I'll sacrifice a Phalanx for if I lose. Like what's it? The Shadow Up 70 looks similar to the one base everybody was crying about last event, and one Phalanx I would have lost 1 Phalanx for that base if I actually baited it properly.
Do you want to do a video for that when if you have time when you can go against one of those Billy Goats, a masturbating video?
There was a comment I wanted to make right there. I'm going to be nice and not mean it.
On that note, gentlemen, I think it's time to wrap this fucker up.
We'll
start with double shout-outs, last words.
Okay.
I got on the way. I'm hearing this voice.
So shout out to Sector 6 and because they've given Lonnie a lot of infamy, and 49 because you guys are awesome. I want to shout out to all of you War Commanders that are still watching the show, and all of you that are still playing the game. Keep at it. Don't kill all your stuff off day one. Stock up on res and thorium, and have fun in the event. We've got free tokens now, so 3 of them, and so this is an event to have fun and actually strategize bases, and you ain't gonna have to complete it 60 times. So just try to enjoy this event. And I will have an event survey done, like always, by the end of the event. So keep an eye out.
Excellent. I wonder if that was actually going to do an event, Joe, or is he that far gone at this point?
I
will be away all day tomorrow. So yeah, I can do one maybe Friday, but not tomorrow.
If necessary, I'll put a show together and get people on to do it.
There you go.
But other than that,
I won't do
shit. But Yeah, Red Steel, shout outs, last words.
Shout out to my Sector 114. We had SOCOM jackasses that tried to jump into evade, got their asses kicked and kicked back right back to the 22 where they belong. So, shout out to my sector. We did a great job with that. Have a good time with the event, guys. Remember, if you finish the event, you still have restart tokens left. You screwed up. Even if you use them at the very end, just to do the easiest ways and stock up on a little bit more XP. Use them all before the event ends. And with the heroes that are coming out, remember, if you do not have Ardra, she is the most important one to get first. And have fun.
Goldscope, since you're back in, shout out some last words.
Shout out to you and to Daba for throwing the show. Shout out to everybody for coming onto the panel. Shout out to the YouTube chat. You guys are always lit. Thanks for watching. And yeah, best of luck to everybody in the event. I'm pretty sure we'll all be pissed off tomorrow, and then they'll fix all the screw ups. So yeah.
People only get mad tomorrow because like they kill all their stuff off and they don't actually look at the bases most times.
Well, I'm just talking like the general lag and brokenness and all that crap.
That was the second part of my comment. The other 50% is all the lag.
Okay, excellent. Venom, shout outs, last words.
Just shout out to everybody who watches the show and keeps us going, putting up with our crazy antics and my stupidity. Shout out to Godscope and Red Steel and Daba and you, of course. Thanks for putting on the show. Without you, your insight, I'd be stupider than I already am. So,
why break the habit of a lifetime?
I know.
I feel so honored.
All right. My shout outs for this evening, of course, to the panel, to the guys who come in and dropped off. And of course, down to the YouTube guys. If Shadow doesn't get a new live event sorted by, I don't know, I'll say 6 p.m. GMT, which would make it 10
give us
a.m.
in real time, in American hours, please.
It should be 10 a.m. kickside time.
Which is like 2. Wait, 10.
2 o'clock real time.
Yeah, well, no,
something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it'll be around that time, either slightly before or slightly afterwards. Get on it already. If he does, then he'll do it and he'll promote that shit himself because I can't be fucking asked because this isn't my prerogative. I would rather sit at home and get drunk all day. Because that's my prerogative.
No better place to sit around and get drunk than on a War Commander live stream.
I'd rather sit around and get drunk and play a game I actually give a fuck about.
That would be a War Commander Games stream.
No, that would be on my Twitch feed if I decide that I'm sober enough to do it.
Well, it's not a game that we want to know about, though.
Of course.
Tetris.
Into a game, you will fucking lose.
They actually have a 1v1 Tetris where you can, like, every row you knock out you give your opponent like a deadline.
You find that, and I will fucking keep the
It's on Facebook Game Room. I found it out today because I sit and do nothing for 3 hours at my job, and so I find out things like this. So there you go.
Hey, for doing nothing for 3 hours? I need a new job.
I talk to students about how they do on their test. Well, I talk to students about how they did on their test, and while they're testing for the first hour and a half or so, I do absolutely nothing except like stare at my computer screen. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. As usual, hopefully Shadow will be fixing this live event tomorrow. Join us, of course. The Saturday show is a Saturday show. It'll happen if it happens by whoever the fuck's doing it.
It will happen.
It's not my prerogative.
It will happen. I will make sure it happens.
Yes, Dobber is fired, and no, Kickside could not pay me enough money to work for them. I have fucking standards, Hunter. You know this.
I think
Dr. Phil's prerequisites for working for Kickside are number 1, Sulaco gets fired, and number 2, the mod privileges get removed from Cyber Chode.
And Doom Rooster has to come back.
Not Cybertoad. Sulaco being fired has an added stipulation. Sulaco will be fired out of a cannon into the sun.
All right.
And on that pleasant note.
And on that pleasant note and that stipulation, and I will say simply this: fuck you, Kixeye, and go fuck yourself, and good night.